Sheesh, Onyxcoin or XCN is currently up about 36% on the day. If you missed the video when I talked about this back in January, I will tag it above so you can go back and learn a little bit more about the utility and what Onyxcoin has to offer to the crypto space. And this video is going to be focused more on the technicals. So if you're one of those people that are looking at it and you're like, is it too late? Should I get in right now? This is who this video is for. Which, by the way, if you want to come trade with me, there are limited spots available in the EPIQ Trading Floor. Now looking at this on the daily, we can see that we are holding a very strong Fibonacci retracement level. So on the long term, XCN does have a very high potential to swing up to about 0.09 or even 1 cent, shaving off that full zero in general. And from current price is about a 300% move. And even zooming out all the way to the lifetime chart, you can see that back in 2022, we had a nice little run up to about 17 cents and we sold off pretty damn fast. And then in 2025, we got up to about 3 cents. That's going to be the local range high. So when this breaks that 3 cent range, you could see this start to really move into a parabolic rate into that 1 cent range. And potentially all the way up to pushing, and potentially up to close to 2 cents to test that all-time high from 2022. Now, when you zoom in on the 4 hour, for example, you can see volume is raging, but we are overbought at the moment. We're still in a bullish crossover, so I'd be waiting for this to get more into a bearish crossover. I would be waiting personally for exhaustion if I was wanting to get into a trade on Onyxcoin, for example. So you really want to wait for this to cool down a little bit before you can find a true Fibonacci level. But let's say hypothetically speaking, because when I zoom in on the hourly, we can see that we are in a bearish crossover at the moment. We have a bearish pivot signal. And this is testing a high probability fake out zone in terms of price action since we're in a bearish crossover based on the EPIQ crossover strategy. So let's say we were starting to pull down from this current price. We could easily see price pull down to about 0.014 all the way to 0.011 and still maintain a very bullish long-term sentiment. That would allow this impulse move to take a nice retracement and then go into phase 3. And if we were to pull down, that would also hold the longer-term EPIQ golden pocket as well. So we see a confluence on the 7860 retracement levels here. On top of this range right at the 6180 near 0.014 being a major SR flip. So we can see historically this has acted as a support and has acted as a resistance. So it'd be pretty interesting to see what would happen if price got back down to that range. And if this wanted to continue to push to the top side, I would just continue to drag this Fibonacci up. But from this current point, just so we can see where the TP3 would take us if we wanted to hit some of these levels. Because the way the Fibonacci works, if you pull down to the 50, you can go to take profit 1, which will put us at about 2 cents. If you drop down to the 6180 retracement, you can go up to about TP2, which is about 3 cents. And if this wanted to pull down to the 7860, we could easily see this pull up to about 0.039, which would be the take profit 3 on the shorter term Fibonacci. So my sniper entry for a position on Onyxcoin, if we did happen to retrace, would be down here in this little range, which from current price is about a 47% drops. And that's a pretty big drop. That's basically like putting in $1,000 at the top and then watching it drop $500. Mind you, none of this is financial advice. This is all for entertainment and educational purposes only. I'm not paid by the Onyxcoin team in any way, and I'm not currently invested in Onyxcoin at the making of this video. So I will leave you all on that. I hope you have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're tuning in the world. If you want to come trade with me, go check out the EPIQ Trading Floor. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, but you're still here, hit that subscribe button. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, make sure to drop them in the comment section. And with that, I hope you have an amazing day.